Hey everybody, Kevin from Palmetto Cats. In this video I had just broken off a leader and I decided to do a quick tip. But I made the poor decision of filming on a windy lake. So here's quick tip number 4. Hope you enjoy. So here recently I've had a few requests from people on my Facebook page to show them how I tie my rig, and I use a Santee rig. So here goes. The line I use for my leaders is Zebco OmniFlex, a 50-pound test monofilament. I've had it for years and years. I can't even remember where I bought it from. But since you don't use that much line at a time for a leader, it lasts a long time. So here I'm just measuring out about 3 foot of leader line so that I can ensure I'll have enough to tie what I need. And I just take my my pliers here and clip off what I need. So here I'm just showing what hook I use. This one is a 9/0 circle hook. I'm not even sure of the brand because I have so many different brands. It really doesn't matter to me. Now I take the end of this line and I'm going to snell a knot on this hook by sticking it through the front of the eye, holding the tag end down with my index finger and wrapping loops around the hook shaft about 8 or 9 times. You can do more if you want, but 8 or 9 works for me. As you can see, they're tightly wound, and I put my finger on to hold it tight because it will unwind on you pretty quickly. I take the other end and stick it back through the eye the opposite way and pull tight. I then wet the knot and pull as tight as I can to make sure that that knot is secure. Here I'm talking about cutting off this little tag end just to make sure it's out the way. And here's what it looks like with the tag end cut off. The next thing I add is what's called a Versa rattle. These are not necessary, it's just personal preference. I won these on a talk show and I still have plenty to use, so I'm gonna keep using them. They rattle, and some people think that they attract the fish. Before I put that on, I slide a green bead on the leader. I just like green. It doesn't matter what color it is. It can be plastic, some of them are rubber, but you want something there to sit on top of your knot before you slide this Versa rattle on. Here I'm sliding it on, and that's what it looks like right there. The next thing you'll need is a peg float. This one's about 3 inches long. It's green because I like it, but the color doesn't matter. This will keep your bait up off of the bottom, out of the mud, out of the debris, so that the fish can see it. You just pull the peg out, slide it over your leader line. I slide it down to about 3 inches above my Versa rattle and put the peg back in. My dad's catching a fish, so that's why he jumped up. And I'll leave here in just a second. Whoop, time to go. So here's what it looks like with the peg in. Again, 3 inches from the hook, about 2 from the Versa rattle, and that's what it looks like. The next thing we'll do is tie a swivel onto the end of the leader line using a polymer knot. Feed the tag in through, bring it back through again, creating a loop on one side. And you're going to take that loop and wrap it around the leader. Take the loop through the hole that you've made, and then put the swivel through the loop. And then you're going to wet the knot, and you're going to pull each side, the leader side and the tag side, to tighten up that knot. You might have to push the knot up a little bit to get it above the swivel. This is a very strong knot. I'm looking for the pliers. Now that I've found my pliers, I'm going to snip the tag end off of the leader. And that's what it looks like. Here's the whole thing. That's my Santee rig leader. On the other end, on the main line, I'm taking a swivel with a clip on it. And I'm going to use the same polymer knot to tie this swivel onto my main line. Again, I'm using the polymer knot, putting it through one side and then back through to create a loop in my left hand. I take the loop side and tie it around. Take the loop through the hole we just created, and then put the swivel through the loop. And I'll pull both sides until they tighten up onto the swivel and wet the knot. Then of course you take your cutting tool and cut the excess off. So you're probably wondering, why do I have two swivels? Well, I use these quick clips to attach the swivels to each other. I like quick clips because if I don't want to use a Santee rig and I want to use a Carolina rig instead, I can simply unclip the Santee rig from the main line and I can put a Carolina rig on instead. They're kind of like a paper clip, but they're super duper strong. This one is 100-pound test. So, you know, it's really strong and they're really convenient. The main purpose of a Santee rig is to drag. So here I have a dragging style weight called a drifting stick. You use these to keep your lures and your baits from getting snagged on the bottom. They are designed to go up over debris and keep you out of those snags that you would otherwise get snagged in if you were using a bank sinker or a coin sinker or any other style for that matter. And with this clip on this swivel, I can easily clip this weight on, and then because I have the quick clips on there, if I wanted to go to a Carolina rig, I can take that off and put on a coin sinker or a bank sinker or whatever I want, and then clip my Carolina rig to the main line instead of this Santee rig. There you go, everybody. Quick tip number 4. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and hit that bell button so you'll be notified whenever I put out a new video. Thank you again for watching, and as always, happy fishing.